played in 10 minutes. So we're gonna celebrate. It's 2013. We're in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. There's no tornado.
bring a truckload. I do it in reverse. Pay attention. Just sell the tickets out of them.
452, anybody from West Park?
Great day. Where are we going?
For all of it, touching stuff. We have 570 some odd setbacks.
So this would fit my personal mission.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Stay inside. Do it in the house.
Tom. Welcome to the EAA Oshkosh demonstration for Tom's Aviation. So we're going to talk a little bit about the G2000, the Garmin G2000 integrated avionics platform. So we have a dual screen system, primary flight display on the left hand side, multi-function display on the right hand side, all your engine indications. We have flexible charts and maps that you can set up on the multi-function display. One of the great things and new innovations that Garmin's brought to the our G2000 is the touchscreen controller. So instead of traditional FMS controllers that are all push buttons, we've now migrated to this nice touchscreen product here. And that's in line with Garmin's philosophy now of touchscreen avionics. We have retrofit products, and now this is for a Part 23 category aeroplane. So we have all your COM controls on the left-hand side, COM 1, COM 2, active and standby frequency, and this controls most of the avionics now for the primary flight display and the multifunction display. So the philosophy for the Garmin system is all of the control is done through this touchscreen system, and that controls exactly what you see up on the screens here. We also have the autopilot controller. So this is Garmin's GFC 700 award-winning autopilot. All the autopilot controls just up here with the backup nav and flight planning system just in case the controller fails. So some great features that we have with the G2000, which is common across many of the Garmin platforms now, is our synthetic vision system. So we have a synthetic terrain and a means of a highway in the sky, so flying straight through those boxes on your flight plan. We have your autopilot information right there on the top. We can should be able to engage the autopilot in heading mode there. So moving over to the multifunction display, we have the ability to display flexible information, so you can put your moving map display, and then you can put your charts, load up your charts on one side. You have your traffic information, and you have the engine indication system that always remains on the page here, with your various waypoint information there. So this is the configuration that's currently going to be installed in the Cessna TTX, which is the new high-end single-engine piston aircraft from Cessna. This configuration, as you see here today.
I'm Jan from Garmin, and today we're talking about Garmin Pilot. I'm going to demonstrate the system for you. This is the home menu that is available from everywhere in the application. We're going to go here into Active Flight Plan, and we're going to create a route to go from Oshkosh, Wisconsin, where we are. We're going to go through Ripon and through Eau Claire, back to my home in Minneapolis. As you can see, I've created my route here. Someone has created a user waypoint, and I'm going to delete that. With Garmin Pilot, one of your first choices is your base map layer. You can choose from our dynamic maps, or you can choose from your standard digitized sectionals, IFR high and low charts. I want to demonstrate a little bit for you the power of our dynamic maps. Dynamic maps are created on the fly, so as you're zooming in, your resolution is staying consistent, and I can zoom down directly to the airport. One of the main benefits of dynamic maps is that when you're in track-up mode, all of your labels are oriented for your direction of flight. So I'm going to use a dynamic map here. This button will center on our route. This button centers on my location, which of course is here at Oshkosh. I'm going to center on my route, and I'm going to overlay weather. I can overlay radar and lightning, TFRs, airmets and SIGMETs, and even fuel prices if I wanted to, all at one time. I can animate the radar. Doesn't look like I have a lot in the area right now. And for the purposes of this, I'm going to turn off the fuel prices just so I have a little less clutter on the app. Back here into a screen where my route is, I'm going to go into split screen and I'm going to bring up my weather widgets. Widgets are the way in which we display text weather product. I have a METAR and a TAF, winds aloft and a PIREP, and as you see I can add new widgets very simply in this manner. The power in these widgets is in the nav track, an exclusive part of the Garmin Pilot application. So I have my route from Oshkosh to my home at Flying Cloud. As I move along the route, you're going to see that I'm pulling the current METARs and TAFs through the reporting locations that are along my route. This diamond here corresponds with the diamond here, so that you can see exactly where this position is along your route. The benefit here is for you to be able to see in a pre-flight planning mode, do I have IFR flying conditions? Do I need to graphically edit my route? Do I have a weather condition that might prevent me from taking this route? Another unique feature of the Garmin Pilot app is our radio menu. The radio menu is just a simple pop-up. You can move around your map and get navigation data. So here I can see the this particular VOR, and I can understand the frequency of it. I can also see the airspace. And I can pull up the current METAR for an airport that is close by. Again, just an easy way to be able to then decide, perhaps I would like to graphically edit my route, which I just did here. And I can pull up the La Crosse Airport and add that into my route. When you create a route within Garmin Pilot, we automatically create a binder for you. And that binder is going to have all the charts for your departure and your destination airport. I can even sort them based upon the type of chart that I'm interested in viewing. All of your airport information is here. When you're ready to file your flight plan, you can bring it in to File and Brief, review a summary, get your nav log, get your DUATS weather briefing, and file. When you get in the air, go into split screen mode. Bring up your Garmin panel, your charts, and your active nav log. Safe Taxi would be here as well in a split screen mode. In addition, with the GDL39, which is Garmin's ADS-B receiver, you can get traffic information in the air. So that's kind of a quick, brief summary of the features of the Garmin Pilot app from here at Oshkosh for Tom's Aviation.
My name's Patrick Guerrero for Oshkosh 2013 for Tom's Aviation, and I'm just going to explain a little bit about the PT6 engine here, a little bit about the inner workings. So what we're looking at here is a PT6 large model engine cutaway. It's a reverse flow free turbine engine, which means that there are two sections to it, and I'll get to what a free turbine means in just a second. Basically, the way this engine works is the propeller is mounted to the front of the engine, and the air intake on the airframe would actually be just below the propeller. So if we're looking at this engine here, the air intake is right there. The propeller just mounts to the prop flange right here. So this air comes through on the airframe, it'll come through the bottom of the engine cowling. It'll come up through the inlet screen and enter the compressor. So this blue section is the cold section. On this particular model, there's 4 stages of axial compression and 1 stage of centrifugal compression. So the air basically gets squeezed into a smaller and smaller area, and it gets accelerated out into this next area here, which we'll talk about shortly. So, yeah, so basically we're compressing the air here. That air then moves on to the combustion chamber liner. At the combustion chamber liner, the air is mixed with fuel through these fuel nozzles. The mags? No mags. So the air comes into here at the combustion chamber liner. It's mixed with air, ignited, and then it goes to drive the first stage turbine here, which we can see is turning the same direction as the compressor. The first stage turbine is called the compressor turbine, and its sole purpose is to turn the compressor. This assembly here is called the gas generator section, and its purpose is to produce gas. It's to produce the gases to turn the power turbine. So once the air leaves the gas generator section, it still has a lot of energy and a lot of temperature to create power. So then it continues through this two-stage power turbine, which drives the propeller. The two-stage power turbine goes through a reduction gearbox. It's a two-stage planetary reduction gearbox. And it slows down the speed from about 30,000 RPM here to about 2,000 RPM. The exact speeds vary from model to model, but generally on the order of 30,000 RPM to 2,000. The gas generator section here turns a little bit faster. It turns somewhere around 36,000 RPM to 39,000 RPM for this section here. Just on this side here, we have a few different things. This is the starter generator. So in order to start the engine, we have to spin it to about 12% gas generator speed. So this, through the accessory gearbox, drives the compressor to start the engine. Down at the bottom here, these are two external scavenge pumps. These external scavenge pumps are part of the oil system to bring oil back from the gearbox. The oil tank is right here. And then just over here we have two things. There's a fuel metering unit on the back. On some models it's called the fuel control unit. Basically controls your fuel scheduling. When the pilot changes the prop lever, that input ends up at the fuel control or fuel metering unit, which changes the fuel schedule to the engine. And then this is the high pressure fuel pump, which boosts the pressure to the very high pressures required for combustion engine. I guess you can look at the front as well if you'd like to. On the front here, typically there's a propeller control unit, or in this case, a propeller interface unit. This controls your propeller RPM. And propeller RPM, when the engine's in governing mode, so in cruise, propeller RPM is controlled by the propeller blade angle. So in other words, if you want to slow down the propeller, you'll increase torque by increasing the blade angle through this propeller metering unit. And on the other side would just be, this model is a little bit different. This is called the PMA, the Permanent Magnet Alternator, and it just provides a prop speed reading to the airframe systems. On some models there will be an overspeed governor mounted there to prevent overspeed. In that orange area, that's the combustion chamber liner, so that's where the fuel gets getting handled. So inside that orange area, the fuel and air is mixed, ignited, and it wraps around and hits the compressor turbine, which is the first stage there.
How many RPMs is that turning at?
39,000. For the gas generator side, starting at 39,000 RPM, about 33,000 RPM for the power. It's going, it keeps going. It's just like your barbecue burner. Once you start it, it just keeps going. So yeah, it's ignited during the start sequence, and that's about it.
It worked real well.
The lanes that I did, I just carried an extra 5 rods and got the one rod.
But he also said that when they pull this thing out of here, they wheel price like this, that you might want to push little bit, not just pull on those up, because they're made more for coming back than they are for going forward, you know.
Hi, this is Hilton Goldstein at AirVenture 2013, and what I'll be showing today is WingX Pro 7 version 7, which is a new release we just came out with a couple of weeks ago. And what we've added is the new Baron Services weather, which is incredible weather. NexRad, satellite, infrared, satellite, winds, so you can get surface winds graphics. And so we've been working with them for a couple of months now, and we've come up with some great new features that I'll show you. And then we have some new things coming out later this year. So it's very exciting for us to be adding weather. So the great thing with the WingX Pro 7 moving map is the split screen. So for example, you can have a sectional and a high and low IFR, for example, like that. WingX will be putting up the weather conditions such as cloud coverage. If you want, you can swap the screens, and whether you're using it in landscape or portrait, WingX will automatically just adjust to that. WingX also has a terrain profile, and so you can actually see along your route what the terrain is going to look like. If you set it in GPS mode over there, it'll actually look ahead. So as you're turning and a mountain, you turn towards a mountain, you'll suddenly get a big red blob over there, which is fantastic for route planning. And to get rid of it, you simply just tap on the terrain. Now what we've seen is we've got a nice big chunk of red and green stuff, and that is the radar that you're familiar with. Nice thing with WingX is you can change this now. You can change the transparency. So for example, that's full transparency. If we want to make it more transparent, you'll notice how now we can start seeing what's underneath with a sectional. We can change the speed. We can change it low, medium, or fast. And then you can see it's a much faster animation. We can even change the resolution. So for example, if you're in a hotel room or you're standing outside of an airport and you don't have a good internet connection, we can change the resolution. So you can say low resolution, and what that does is reduce the memory that needs to be downloaded over the internet, and that lets you get the weather conditions much more reliably. We have a whole list of weather from our friends at Baron Services. One that I like to use is the surface winds. Now what's really nice with the surface winds, it'll take a while to load, and we're in a metal hangar here at AirVenture. But what will happen is you'll see that you don't have to be looking at METARs or wind conditions in the METARs or overlaid on the map, but you'll actually see some nice greens and yellows and oranges showing up, and you can take a look at a broad area and see what the winds are doing. Unfortunately, it looks like we're not getting it because it still says loading. We're in this, like I said, this metal hangar. Let me zoom in a little bit on Florida and see if maybe that'll help. But the weather conditions, the weather products that we have with Baron Services are tremendous. And the nice thing about it is that Baron Services provide the same weather to the folks with XM. And so you're really getting XM weather products at a higher resolution, and it's for free on WingX Pro 7. As long as you have an internet connection, you can get it. And then once you're in flight, we have a choice of 10 different ADSB receivers you can choose from.
Hello everybody, this is Eric Hake. I'm with Full Flight, and we're going to do a presentation for you of what's new for Tom's Aviation here. The latest version of Full Flight is a real advance in what our customers have been asking us for. We've got a couple of new features to show you. One of the biggest things we announced recently at Oshkosh was the Canadian VNC charts and ETA charts. We also included the CFS, the Canadian Flight Supplement, and all that's available to pilots. We're the only supplier that offers that Canadian content licensed from NAV Canada. That's been a big hit at the AirVenture 2013. The next thing we're announcing that's going to be available the week after is version 5.3 of ForeFlight. 5.3 of ForeFlight is allowing users to overlay the approach plate rather on the maps. And I'll give you a quick demo over here. You tap on the typical edit function here of our navlog, where edit is. You hit procedure, and now we have a new option coming out, which is show plate. You can pick the airports in your route. In this case, I'll take LBX and pick runway 17. What it will do is overlay the actual approach plate on the map geo-reference. Now, this is a pro subscriber feature. You have to have the geo-reference placed to make this work. But the wonderful thing about that is that in addition to adjusting the transparency so you can see the underlying chart, you're also able to overlay weather and traffic and obstacles and terrain on top of the approach plate as you fly. So as you're coming down, if a big cell is moving through, you'll see that cell on the approach plate. In addition to using features like track up, north up, the plate will now rotate around as you fly if you're flying with those settings in the track up mode. So as you can see on this plate, I have the approach plate layered on top of a sectional chart, but I can also change the base map to an IFR in-route chart, and it will change the base map to the appropriate chart as well. This gear icon right here allows me to hide the plate or view the plate fuel screen, which goes into the plates view. So this is what we're used to seeing, and you can see the advancement being now it's available on the in-route chart as well. The next thing we're showing in 5.3 is the addition of 4 more instruments across the bottom. Previously we only had 4 instruments available, and now we have 8. And they're also a little bit more on the transparent side so you can see through to the base map. In the portrait mode, you have 6 instruments, which is 2 more than we had previously. Tapping on any one of these instruments brings you to a menu that you can select the instruments you want to put in there. Things like ETA to the next, or distance to the next, or cross-track error. Lots of things you can play with to enhance the information that's available in the app as you fly and move in that mode. So those are a few features we announced here at Oshkosh, and the Canadian content with the VNC, VTA, and the CFS is probably the biggest thing we did, and then coming out just after Oshkosh will be the approach plates overlaid on the map as you see here.
Hi, I'm David Graves, founder and creator of SkyVector.com. We are here at Oshkosh AirVenture 2013, and we're going to demonstrate how to plan a flight on SkyVector. So we're going to pretend like we're flying from Oshkosh to Midway Airport. It's nearby. You can start by using our chart viewer to look at the charts that provide coverage in the area. Up here is Oshkosh. You can read all the information about the airspace. I'm going to turn off some layers to make the flight planning a little bit easier. You can start by right-clicking on the airport you're departing from and hitting Plan. And that creates your flight plan over here. And then I'm going to pan down to our destination airport, which is Chicago Midway. Now zooming in here, I have a lot of charts available to me that I can switch to. So I'll switch to the terminal area chart, which provides some more detail for this airport. And I'll click on it and hit Plan, and now we've begun our flight planning process here. And as we move around, we can see that we've got some conflicting airspace that's going to be difficult to get through. So I think I'm going to go route around O'Hare here. So I'm going to drag this line and create a GPS waypoint here. This will allow me to stay under the Class Bravo shelf as I make my approach to Midway. Alright, I'm going to switch back to the World VFR. The World VFR is a composite chart made of all the United States sectional charts stitched together so that you can make plans over long distances. The neat thing about SkyVector is we have many weather products you can turn on. You can look at TAFs and METARs. You hover over them to read the weather observations and forecasts. You can check for any segments in the area. Looks like we're pretty clear for this area of the country at the moment. There's one down here. And you can hover over it and it tells you, oh, we have light to moderate convective segment going on. clicking on it actually brings up the original text and you can read the original SIGMET text. One of our new features we just added was Winds Aloft. You can use this control here to set your altitude that you'll be flying at and the time of your flight, and we'll try to give you the most accurate forecast for winds as we can. If you're planning a very long flight, you may want to take advantage of our fuel finder. You can turn on 100 low lead and see current fuel prices right on the map. This is very handy. You can look for the cheapest fuel and just drag your line to that airport and add it to your flight plan. If you want to know more about who's there and who's selling fuel, you can click on it and it takes you to our airport information page, which has all the available information about this airport, including the AFD, map insets and satellite views, lots of textual information with all the nitty-gritty details about the airport. And if the airport has instrument procedures, you can download and print the approach charts right here. Because it's SkyVector, everything is always kept current, and also everything is always free.
I'm Jim Tobel. I'm from Manburg, South Carolina. I brought my 1945 F4U Corsair to Oshkosh. Having a great time up here. We just had a session. We had the actual crew chief for this aircraft speak about his rich naval history with this particular aircraft. It was a great event. The weather's been great up here. This aircraft has a lot of rich naval history, almost 200 combat missions off the USS Boxer, Valley Forge, and the Oriskany. And we're just happy to be here and being a part of Tom's Aviation. And thank you very much.
Well, we took a short video on our cell phone for Beach 18 that came in on close the other night, docked up and docked. Well, I send that back home to my good friend who was the mayor of Rising Sun, where we operate, trying to sea base construction was done. Unbeknownst to him, he was actually building out the sea base, but he turned into a good friend. He's a commercial pilot. 50 years old, he's always working. His first opportunity to come up here adventure. So when I sent him that video of Beach 18, he called me, I'll be up on a flight tomorrow. That's a great thing. Picked him up, and he's here today, so it's been a real treat to give him a chance to get up here. That's a great story. Yeah. Well, and you know what? There's a lot of those kind of stories. You know, first time, a lot of people come to AirVenture, and they say, you know, I say I'm going to have to do my best about this my show. But, you know, I'm working out for this. Well, how long have you come to AirVenture? Oh, this is my parents here, or my dad's family. And you never been to seaplane base. Never got nothing. Seriously, folks, if you have not been out to the seaplane base, you need to relax. This place has been always. And it's totally different from the Hospital in Buffalo AirVenture. There's a lot of air activity out here, but the seaplanes are short. And they have a public tour, so you can take a little harbor tour, a guided harbor tour that goes out around all the planes that are out tied up on buoys. And which is how they park them here at the seaplane bridge. They'll come in, unload the stuff they stock, and then they'll get towed over to a buoy and tied off. So that they have 4 docks, and of course not everyone's going to be on a dock. So with that in mind, they have plenty of room though in the harbor
Parce qu'il y a quand même de la graisse dans certains coins. Oui, puis il faut anodiser les trucs et tout, il faut prober.
Oh, look, say it again. You gonna do it? No, I can do it. I've been doing this for 11 years.
Just wait.
Okay.
Just wait. One of these days. Oh my bad.
Hey, that's doing it now. I'm in my late 50s.
Part of the private industry is really home, and I like the aircraft advantage of it. When I'm not flying, I'm here, going on. Well, I think it's very positive. There was a huge thing moved in the end.
Right over here.
We're guys. Orders. We're working with a lot of different gas.
Come back up to the group, spend the night, and then go down and come up. It was fun.
Thank you.
They got some information on it outside.
Our partner in this is Green
Right. Yeah.
Where's Nate, Brian, and you guys.
Probably not.
That's salt. And it's been sitting there for Terrace knows exactly where it is, and he's got a plan to bring it up.
Anyone has any questions?
So I mean, definitely they'll be back at 3 o'clock.
big round of applause for the Liberty Parachute team and their flag jump with the Pledge of Allegiance. Coming down with the flag is Robert Rock carrying the American flag. Al Sailor, the Star-Spangled American flag. Sam Chambers, the 15 Stars and Stripes. Trevor Parkman, the U.S. flag. Ron Morrison, the Betsy Ross. Jeff Bogart, the Betsy Ross. Dixie Hill, giveaway officers, Mary Barton, Albert Jack, U.S. flag. McClary Hill, the Victory Order, 20 by 40 foot. U.S. flag. They can open the show here for 29 consecutive years, ladies and gentlemen. What a great heritage team. The original leader of the team, James Hill, he got his 30th year coming here. Guess what? He's retired after this year. So take he comes by, give him an extra round of applause for 30 years of volunteering. Some of his fine shows here at their adventure. What a beautiful sight. All of American colors, the white and the blue. As soon as the flag comes down, we're going to ask you to stand and remove your hats, ready for our national anthem. We're going to change it up a little bit today. We have a trumpet player, the EAA Air Force Band, Tommy, 16-year-old, West Middletown. He's going to be a junior there next year. He's going to bring us with the version of the national anthem. Please rise and remove your hats. These are Howard 500, the only two existing flying Howard 500s in the world. With me on the announcement, give you a whole lot of information. Great job of the Liberty Aircraft Association. Great job. Thank you very much. The airplane is based on the Lockheed DC-1 Ventura. It was pressurized, and it was the first really cabin flying They're both powered by a Pratt & Whitney airplane. They really are legendary. They sound just like fighter jets. Well, the Coast Night flew in September of 1959 and certification.
As we do, I want to tell you just a little bit of something about the American flags that were brought in by the Liberty Parachute team. As Dave Kimes said, one of them had 15 stripes and 15 stars. That was a replica of the flag that was flown over Fort McKinley. All that Japanese missile trying to enter Pearl Harbor. This report is put in an inbox on this sleepy Sunday morning and not delivered until after the attack. The temperature is above 72 degrees as the sun breaks over the horizon on Oahu. The servicemen at the U.S. Naval Base on Pearl Harbor and Hickam Air Force Base looking forward to a relaxing Sunday in a beautiful island paradise. But that at 0753, Lieutenant Masao Fujita keys his radio and issues those now famous words, Tora, 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 signifying the Japanese have achieved complete surprise. Visible on the wings of the airplane, everyone knows this is no drill. the USS Arizona, which is always but the name also has numbers going to Nevada on the South Pacific Island, which is and although her captain, senior officer, the commanders here, the battle. There are also stories of Irish. The commander of Naval Forces on Hawaii is here, and he has been keeping track of what's going on with the aircraft. Jets are inbound now. And Mike is really imagination. You know, a lot of times Hollywood is one airplane or another for different reasons, but it's the Hollywood effect. In fact, in North American P-6 Texas, in a lot of TV series and a lot of movies, which sub to be in Japanese zero. They had a similar on a mission that was to bomb the major cities of our nation. September. Like the aircraft taking off, there was a torpedoes and bombs on the aircraft kill ratio.
I'm Will's boyfriend.
In fact, were given the title, the world's largest distributor of fake parts. Fake canisters. A Navy veteran of World War II who has been full uniform, who for 33 years in a row here at Oshkosh have provided us with live taps, live and in person. Joe, thank you for being back. He is in 4 years of space below the deck of a ship, the George Bush BDF. And he was promoted from lieutenant colonel directly to general. Ladies and gentlemen, eyes to the skies. Chief Trojan horsemen are here, and Lisa Heidinger will give you the action.
I give you the Trojan horseman bomber, our own version of the fireworks.
Considered by many to be the top solo aerobatic performer in North America of combined fixed wing and rotary wing flight time. This is a wonderful Sean 5. And right now, Sean is going to give you an example of what it's capable of. Going into the vertical, watching to the tumble, he will now stop the rotation and perform a forward flip in Challenger 3. Now in the inverted recovery, Sean drives it back to air show center. Now the quick half roll. Inside, outside loop with a tumble at the top. The first half inside or what we call the second half is outside for trying to throw Sean out of the cockpit at the bottom end of that last lane. in the repositioning turn, Sean returns to show you the maneuver which he calls the double hammerhead, converting altitude back into airspeed. Once at air show center, roll to the left and stop. Now shoulder roll to the right and stop. Nose perfectly vertical, 0 forward airspeed, and right now, hard, full left shoulder as Sean completes not one, but 2 consecutive hammerhead turns. As Sean climbs away from the crowd, watch him go end over end, another forward flip, and then we're going to bring Sean live and in the cockpit. Johnny Tucker, are you with us? Those ribbons are only 20 feet above the ground. You saw Sean right there, starting with wheels only 5 feet above the ground as he went underneath that first ribbon. Now he is going to continue around the corner trying to find ribbon number 3. Now, 5 feet above the ground. 220 miles an hour underneath that third ribbon. Now skyward and slowing down. Sean is going to show you the world's smallest inside loop. We call this the alley-oop. Aircraft down to 18 feet above the ground, 220 miles an hour. Now rolling into right knife edge flight through ribbon number 1. Immediately turning his granddad third and final ribbon. The maneuver performed by no one else in the world today. That is John D. Tucker, triple ribbon cut. Corner outside snap rolls put Sean to flight. He will then roll his way around to enter the upright flat turn. He calls this the frisbee turn. We'd like to thank all of our many friends and sponsors. And one of our newest friends up here on the announcing stand with me today from Global Star, the makers of the Spot Tracking device. Julio, what do you think of the show so far? Thumbs up? Right. Ladies and gentlemen, now Sean's going to roll out of this maneuver, make his way down to air show right. Just to get those cameras at the ready one more time, because he is going to set up for his low altitude, low speed photo pass. And as he does so, let's one more time go live and to the cockpit. Sean D., you are on. American EA member. So God bless American EA and National Advanced Aerobatic Championship Trophy. In addition, Sean is the first performer to ever win both the Bill Barber Award for Air Show Showmanship and the Art Show Memorial Showmanship Award in the same year. In 2004, Sean was honored by the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum as being one of the 25 living legends in aviation. And in 2008, at the birthplace of aviation, Sean received the highest honor that can be given to an aviator in the United States. That is membership in the National
Air Show today and tonight sponsored by Rockwell Collins. Tonight's fireworks sponsored by Cirrus Aircraft. And we're just about ready to bring the next performer in. He is David Martin. And as we get ready for that, just a great big thank you to all of the folks who have made it possible, particularly Rockwell Collins. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mike Spanky Galloway to AirVenture 2013. Hi, Spanky.
Hello, Rob, and thank you very much for bringing us to AirVenture this year on Takeoff Roll. Hey, AirVenture fans, there's about 2 or 3 times you want to stand up and get to the front. This is one of those 2 or 3 times. I invite everyone to go straight eyes forward. Check out this takeoff. This is David Martin, brought to you by Brightly, the world leader in instrument for profession. Big round of applause to Sean D. Tucker and the Southbound Airway. Brightly began celebrating 129 years in the water. They had a history of making instruments special. And they hear right now, all eyes are what a thrill. His favorite place to fly by.
Blowing in kisses.
Let's get back and enjoy David Martin. Doing what he does best. This is his office, folks. He is a true professional. An instrument for professionals indeed, as he uses the Brightly Navigator to keep things on the entertainment. Check it out, folks. David Martin. Another unique maneuver. There he falls out to the sidewinder. Now you'll notice that it's very deep tumble. Most of the push to the other side, David. Perfectly done. And away to the crowd. Alright, coming down the line now. We're going to take a little break in the action. We have everyone hold their breath. And when he pulls up and pulls around to 90 degrees, we can all exhale together here. One more time for that wonderful Brightly couple. Count them with me if you will. There's 1. There's 2 times around. He's got 3 made in the shade. Yes, sirree, folks. David Martin and the Brightly couple.
John comes down the line. I want you now to direct your attention here at the Rockwell Collins Air Show, directly in front of Joe Center. There is a helicopter. On the side of the helicopter, you see a Breitling logo. That's not just any Breitling logo, is it, Danny Klisham?
Well, that is in fact a wing. And as we pan the Jumbotron on that, Eve Rossi is wearing the wing that says Breitling. Now, he is on a sort of a saddle-type seat with his feet on the railing. He is somewhat sitting down, resting, so he's not going to be on his feet. You're right, he is looking at the 6,500 feet or greater, he will open the parachute and whatnot. That's his minimum ceiling before he is under the drone looping engine.
Well, yes, and one of those things, if an engine gets lost, you multi-engine pilots know that if you lose an engine, you have to respond very quickly or you'll get yourself in some hot water. Eve Rossi's systems are set up in such a way that if he loses the inboard engine on the left wing, the right inboard engine will within 1 second stop. He will also make some quick body position changes so he doesn't go out of control. Same thing with the outboard engine. We've got fail-safe in the jet engine problem. And if he has to get out of it for some reason, he's even got a handle for that.
He's got a belt around his waist that will detect rain from Eve. He won't be flooded with that wing. That's yet another feature that was brought into the thing. So the question comes up with spectators, if we fly lower. Now you know. Now you know it's safety.
2004 was the first time that Eve Rossi flew as Jetman. As I mentioned, a former
about their altitude. And as they get to at least 6,500 feet, now here's what's going to happen.
Kelly?
The way that Eve Rossi, who you're looking at now, will exit the helicopter, he will actually fall backwards. And then he will start to dive. The dive will get to speed between 150 and 190 miles an hour. We asked him about the variance there. Technically it's different. The way I feel, the way my mental thought process is, here outside, and my fear. And I get all of those senses together. Then I will terminate the dive and go into level flight and or climb. Now in his right hand, another thing to us when we were doing our briefing and
properly, and as I mentioned, they're looking for those 4 green lights.
You can see the angle of the horizon as he makes his way to that target speed. The way he turns his head is the way he's turning. You see that? That is the sum total of his direction in the air most of the time. Look right, turn right. And what happens is right now his left cheek is picking up the air, deflecting it, and helping him to turn right. Later we'll see that helmet disappear to the left, and that will be the air coming on his right cheek and providing a rudder-like effect. He arches his back in order to change his pitch attitude as well. His body is the fuselage. His body has an airfoil just like a fuselage and a wing. And in fact, when he will do a loop, this will be an egg-shaped loop if everything is right. He gets to the top of the loop where it's very slow, and he said, I just changed the center of gravity by tilting my head way back. He said, that arches my body, arches my neck, and that change of gravity flips me over backward in that egg-shaped loop and starts me down the bottom side again to pick up speed to actually start flying instead of falling. Now you see intermittent puffs of smoke. That's done automatically in his smoke system because continuous smoke would run out before his flight. 2 instruments on board, Rob Ryder. Those 2 instruments are an altimeter, so we can tell how high he is, and the other is just a clock, and that doubles as his fuel gauge because he will get between 8 to 10 minutes of fuel endurance. And he said by looking at the clock, gives him the opportunity to get to the top, and when he does, the engines come back to idle, and then he flops over, as you said, it's like an egg-shaped loop. That's right. Later on, we're watching the banners and the flags down below the Embraer banners from our performer VIP area. Thanks to Embraer for getting on board again this year and making life so comfortable for our performers and their guests with shade and food and VIP comfort. Embraer, thank you so much for that.
By the way, we've got some replica wings, if you will, inflatable wings that are available at all the EAA merchandise shops. The same bright wing that are shaped like the Eve Rossi's wing, but they are not suitable for flight.
And by the way, a number of children walking around pretending to fly on the ground today, so they get it. The kids get it. It's a great gift for the kids. It is a mini wing, just like he had. $15 a piece or 2 for $20. All right, there's the roll. Okay, watch the Jumbotron And what's happening here today, that wing-mounted camera and the downlink we're getting with, and no better place and no more important place to do it than Oshkosh. Take some pictures so they'll have for their own photo albums. Exactly. Now, again, going back to the banners, as we're nearing the portion where he's going to transition from flight to parachute, there is two methods of touching down. Feels a little bit of gusting there. He's got good wind on the ground. With no wind, he will execute what he calls a deliberate six-point landing. Now, he said as he travels around the world, people say, I saw you touch down with a parachute and you fell, didn't you? He said, no, I didn't fall. Without wind on the ground, to go into, as I touch down, I have a six-point landing. I go feet, out goes the chute. He tumbles back and forth a little bit. It gets to be a wild gyration. And then now you see the brightening chute as he makes his way into the target area. Now watch for him to be joined, as Rob Reiner said, with his colleague in the sky, the other parachute. Parachute expert will be joining him if all is well. And from this point on, between the Jumbotron and your eyes, now Skip, there's the helicopter behind it. Now this is not a formation up here. This is one that is done with a helicopter above so that Bruno Brocken can jump out, free fall, deploy his parachute, and then the two of them can then fly in together, kind of in a tandem situation. So Bruno, with his cameras, can take pictures of this first time public appearance of Eve Rossi's jet. Okay, the jumper is away. That's Bruno Brocken getting up to that 120 mile per hour terminal velocity from about 6,500 feet. He'll get close, there's your canopy. Now, the canopy that Eve Rossi is using is a 230 square foot Spectra parachute, and that's kind of like a tandem jumper would do if we were along with a tandem master with two people under one canopy. And relatively heavy payload with two people, of course, requires more inflatable panels, more square feet, more the cushion on the landing. Otherwise, your rate of descent could be high enough to hurt the tandem jumper, the lowermost jumper, and the parachute expert who is tied to them above and behind the person who is riding in the tandem. Now look at the other canopy, much smaller, spiraling down. Bruno has a canopy that's probably only about 125 square feet, about a 35 to 40 mile an hour forward speed. But he can slow down and put himself right in close to the guy. How about that? He put on the brakes right quick, didn't he? Yep. Now they got a bit of a stack up going. And he's pulling down on the back of the parachute with both hands to help slow him down a little bit. So these two guys are so comfortable right now. If conversation is probably like this, Rob. How you doing? What do you want tonight? To go eat someplace? I'd like to go to the outside steakhouse. Maybe we go to the first station. That would work for me. Yeah. All right, Oshkosh. They're almost within acoustic range. They can hear you. They can see you. This is history being made right here at Oshkosh. Great. Go ahead, applaud them in, whistle, shout, wave your arms like crazy. Lots of animation on the ground. Let's keep it at a 2.4 point or a 6-point board. Oh, 7 points. Okay. Parachute master's on the ground. Here comes Eve. You see, still has the wing. All right, his hands go up. That's the brakes in the direction, a little bicycling. I believe he's going to get a stand-up out of this one with a free feet. He got it! It is a 2-point landing! Yes, and imagine these members of children out there, imagination rules the world. Intelligence may not rule the world, but imagination And there's a great example right there. He will be in our Ford Mustang convertible taking the ride down in his gold Breitling suit when he does. Give him a big round of applause. We're ready to turn it over to cousin Dave Kine as we go back into the park. Stormer here. Thank you so much, Dave. This man, Rob Ryder. Great job on that man. Now for something different.
Honey.
Also point out that the Saturday Night Terror Show is sponsored by Rockwell Collins, as is the Danger. Phillips 66 is the main sponsor today. Thanks to Phillips 66, the main sponsor of Phillips 66 Plaza. This is the center of the action during Air Adventure. The place hosts facilities for presentation and entertainment. We also thank Phillips 66 for being presented. The helicopter is coming back to land and right the helicopter. He's on a golf cart. He'll be coming down the line shortly to get his round of applause. Now, from your left, ladies and gentlemen, back to the day of the March program, former singer for many, many years, Mr. and called the Handstand. So thank you, Gino, for another wonderful ride in the sky on a beautiful summer day ahead of 2013. Folks on, look on the big screen, you can see it. She's playing with her shaking hand. Gene Susie and Teresa Stokes. You betcha. How about that? How about a great big round of applause for Gene and Teresa? They've been in a long, long time. Filling crowds everywhere. Well, we've got a moment here. Gino would like to thank some of his sponsors. Their flow performance. Give her a wave as she goes by, ladies and gentlemen. I say these many years. In fact, Ray, in the breaking, we saw
Wait till he climbs the top. Wait till he climbs the top. He says he's more than he can do that.
Airfield business today. Listen to the noise of that big old tilt cat, a modified ag cat. She's been flying the airfield circuit for many years. A little altitude to the right, inbound and up. Still on that end stretch. The smoke is on, and the airfield is ready to go. Downhill it goes.
Let's watch. Teresa on the top way. As she goes through. And back to straight level. What a great look at the ground we got right there. Teresa's having the time of her life out there. Give it your way. That's getting a good look at the whole ground here in Adventure 2013. Upside down, not wing the egg yet. Didn't get any better than that. On the side saddle, swinging to that cage on top of the egg cap. First around, hang sideways in the shape like a swing. The pass she calls the Flying Lady. Says it's lots of fun. So let's keep our eye on Teresa as she performs the Flying Lady. You see G jumping out, slows down a little. At times she even kind of gives a little push to make the thing go 0G to help her move around. They've been at it for many, many years. Quite a team. They know each other's moves intricately. Okay, now from the left, the smoke is on. Let's watch the Flying Lady. It is. There it is. Now this one was that negative G push, but she's just not instead. To help her put it around, Gio's going to give her a little 0G. You believe that? Up there on top of the wing, another little 0G to help turn around the headset. Absolutely incredible. Takes a lot of confidence in each other to pull this off. As they say, they've been at it for many, many years. One of the best in the business at it, Tina Teresa. Watch now with a headstand. She's the only one in the world doing this, ladies and gentlemen. On top of the wing, kicking her leg, waving at you. Give her a wave. Absolutely incredible. As we watch that, Eve Rossi headed down the flight line.
I remember that. If I remember it, that is the one. It takes off basically that thing.
Teresa back in and the cloud of smoke. In front of us, ladies and gentlemen, is the Blues Brothers going down the line. Dan Bishop's about to tell you all about a 51 ball that's going on.
All right, thank you, Cousin Dave. Guys, out in the air in front of you is Scott Scooter Yoke. flying P-51 Mustang Quicksilver, the award-winning aircraft. Just diving in over the temple of the 330 miles per hour, pulling up at a 4G pull. This award-winning aircraft is training up. As Eve Ruff is making his way down in front of our spectators in the Ford Mustang convertible right over the top of Eve, executing the loop is, he's got it wound up, he's coming in from your left. This is the photo pad as the sun reflects off the Quicksilver, and that's highly polished, mirrored finish is similar to all of the veterans. All of the bare metal on the P-51 is polished. Look closely at the metal, and you will see for whom all of our veterans fought. Hey, by the way, all of the performers and yours truly, Danny Cushion, would like to thank the Concord Battery Company, built in America, West Virginia, California, for batteries for aircraft, batteries for ground-based vehicles, and batteries for vehicles and boats on the ocean. You know, Concord aircraft battery, good enough to be the battery in the F-117 Stealth. Also in the Lockheed C-130 aircraft, they're all Concord batteries. They're used by air show pilots. They are dependable. They're built in America, in West Covina, California. If you have a boat, if you have an airplane, if you have a ground-based vehicle, choose Concord batteries first for any one of those applications. They are the best, and they support aviation like nobody else does. We thank Concord batteries for all of the work that they do. All right, Scooter coming in. Now you can see that halo behind the prop spinner. That's the halo the Guardian Angel uses to protect all of the military troops. There's the black cape with the stars in it. This goes back to an eagle with stars and bars. Rob's giving me the signal when Greg's ready on the takeoff roll. And we're going to transition into that. We've got a lot of variety left to go this afternoon. And don't forget our nighttime show tonight. We'll fly a little bit while it's light. We'll fly a lot when it's very dark. And getting ready to go out into position is Matt Yakin. Last year's position of the Bill Barber. And remember tonight, it's going to be a great night of nighttime fireworks. Rich is the last wall of fire out under cover of darkness. Aerobatic aircraft laden down with pyrotechnics. And right now, on the launch, the Super Decathlon. Look to the right, ladies and gentlemen, the smoke's coming on. He's right on takeoff and rolls it all the way around. Not only turns it, he'll break it off. Then he'll roll into the wing over and transition into that for the start spiral.
Lady is humming. Got new ailerons. This is great. Lots of power, lots of bite. Airplane really performed.
Boy, it does. Now, wingspan pretty much the same.
Yeah, let's get a solid off a bit today. Here we go for vertical.
Greg Coots is the chief cook and bottle washer and flight instructor at the Sky Country Lodge, and he'll teach you how to fly a tail.
Oh yeah, that's what this thing does it real well. They've been begging for this airplane for years. In fact, it's time they did it.
Looks like it's downright crisp here at a 4-point hesitation roll.
Oh yeah. So this is not going to be even altitude. I love this thing.
Yeah, it's just a real easy performer. Looks like you're going to put it. Oh, hey, normally at Cuban H you go up right, Greg. But he's going to do an inside-outside Cuban H. Second half of altitude.
Look at this. Already 1,000 feet high.
Climbs quick. Big performer. Also has the constant speed. And you could put, what, 6.5 G's in that?
Oh yeah, it's rated at 6 G's, and the airplane, it'll really do it. All right, we're coming in, let's start out with a snap on top of the balloon.
All right, snap roll. It's a high-speed stall at the top of the loop. These guys call it hammer. Watch stick to come back into his lap. Wow! Quite a float. Did your lunch show up there at the top? And Rick, you'll teach people to fly tail wheel at Sky Country Lodge. You'll teach them upset recovery training, spin training, and even aerobatics, right? And then the vehicles over to Gavilon or the Extreme. Let's go for the big one here. All right, sir. Entry speed about how fast? 200 miles an hour. 3/4 of the way, full roll on the upline. Runs it out of airspeed, pushes forward. Here's a vertical roll for you. Yeah, a vertical roll. On your life, aren't you, Greg? Yeah, I tell you what, Evan, you know this thing rolls 33% better now with the new aileron. They've really made the Decathlon here. The new Extreme Decathlon. I'm just really loving it. Super's been around for a long time. The former four-American champion. There's the tumble. You did it! I love it. Now the old one wouldn't tumble quite as good as that. A little bit of power, a little bit more aileron, and you got yourself a tumbling machine. Oh yeah, absolutely. The airplane just got so much more response. The aileron really helped with the tumble to pay it. All right, what's coming up next, my friend? Let's slow down the nice Q&A while looking again at the ribbon. Okay. Since you come on my way in there in front of everybody. Now let's watch it. He's going to do 5/8 of a loop. Back in 1936, Lynn Covey was too low at the top of the loop during an aerobatic performance in Miami. So rather than on the other side, he completed that, doing the same thing in mirror image. Nobody had ever seen the maneuver before, and they asked him what it was, since he was training Batista's Air Force, human Air Force pilots to fly since 1936. There's another tumble. That's the Extreme tumble and a half. Way to go, partner. They're just getting crazy now. Hey, they got the ribbon up down there. They sure do. I think you ought to check it. How's it look, Greg? Hey, Greg, how's that look out there? Something land, so we'll give it a try. Okay. Hey, wait, Greg, you're still upside down, Greg. Oh, you sure? You look to be upside down for me. Your bifocals must... Oh, well. 140 miles an hour. On your feet, everybody. Let's see if we can do it. 3, 2, 1, and through. We got it. Oh, yeah. The party is now at any moment now. Our students of the Red Bull Mini Skydiver. These guys are coming down.
I'm not either. I'm
Taking off Jason Schmidt-Lewis in the microjet. Yes, a little turbine powered aircraft. Just out in front of us. Curly Taylor, Curly now Justin's going to take your aircraft and set it up for his the Red Bull Airport. Phillips 66 is Saturday's sponsor today. Thank you for the 66 for being the sponsor. The Phillips 66 sponsor was fit at the center of the action all during their event. The judges and presentation they also want to thank Phillips 66 for being the young utility good better. Looking out for the left in just a moment, we're going to see extra 300, but look to the left right now as Patty Wagstaff is inbound. The lady who is three-time U.S. National Aerobatic Champion. We're going to get the best place so who thinks can win this thing. How many out there in the crowd think the truck can win this? Let's see some hands. Come on, let's see some hands. How many think the truck can win this? Okay, how many think the airplane's going to win this? Get as fast as 300 knots. That's 345. I think she's got a race on her hands. She might. I'll tell you what, my bet went the wrong way the other day. I've seen a lot of these races. That monster of a truck in front of us right now is usually the victor. The other day, however, Neil Darnell driving the truck race was 16. But, and Steve, so he got a little birthday. His son Chris is driving the truck race today. I'm going to tell you, folks, this is his first. I actually had the thrill of riding in that truck. We're a little 336 miles an hour on a 6,500-foot runway. I tell you what, that runway is real short, real quick. But the big 16-foot drag is real right back in. Even though the thing is going right through the window, even though the track is right there. It's quite a ride, I'll tell you.
Dylan will walk straight forward right in front of you.
Air show aircraft. Jim does that with bring the nose up, roll it around, and that's the use of the barrel. Now, even that little calculator here, that is very slow. You pull on the first note. Just one Mustang Strike Commander would go high down the ground, down below the ground level as Jim does the 8-point hesitation roll. And then as Jim does now each and every year, hop out of that valley and surprise the crowd. Every 90 degrees. And then you will that half and all the baggage in the back. They leisurely go country very comfortable around the clouds and around the weather. Autopilot on, take a little lunch. Very rested and very relaxed. The Blues Brothers are coming down the line in our Ford Police convertible. Jim, now lying to your left in the Beach F-33 Charlie, the aerobatic Financial. As you watch Jim perform, to combine a family flying sedan with something that would withstand aerobatic, this is the combination perhaps you only do Sunday afternoon at home. You want to do it safely like Jim is doing now, the double roll series. This would be the airplane you would want to buy when you look in the used Bonanza section. You can have fun doing minor aerobatics up high and safe. Some things that you need to know before, like Jim coming in from your right. Know from Jim, instruction from Jim, and you can do it safely. Don't make any mistakes. Instruction is the key. Here is Jim White. Here's South Anyway, Ford Mustang convertible coming down the flight line. Give the gypsy a big round of applause. That's the name of that airplane. Mike Zimmer's flying it, and it's being dedicated to the veteran Joe McPhail. The P-51 Mustangs, flown by Casey Odegaard and Mark Murphy, are Dakota Theater Wilhorse, and they are dedicated to Tom. This is Law and Order. Ladies and gentlemen, you are at Oshkosh, where we can coach the Oshkosh rules. What we ask is that you see trash on the ground, even if it's something you did not put there, please pick it up. We thank you. We know some of you are staying for the night show. Remember this for them as well. But remember, this is thank our education sources. Dave Stein, Rob Ryder, Larry LaRue, Schneider, Wayne Murray, and of course our PHS,
Shake 'cause it's easy. Oh, shake, 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 baby. Here we go, do. Shake it up, baby. Here we go, do. Bend over, let me see you shake the tail down. Bend over, let me see you shake the tail down. Come on, let me see you shake the tail down. Come on, let me see you shake the tail down. Oh, yeah! Woo! Ah, that's awesome.
That's all I know. I'm going to switch to French and get those kind of moving now, right? Now, anybody from
Well, they changed. So how will the patient fit in this?
It's not bad. It's better than the A-Star.
You wanna let me go? I want you to know. So I want you to know that you belong to me. I've been to myself. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you wanna leave me, I don't want nobody else. Now, he's got a house and I want you to know. Say I want you to know. You know you make me wanna shout. Ooh, shout. Ooh, shout. Oh, all right, all right, all right. Feel something. Everybody's got to get it low. No sitting. How low? No sitting. No sitting down. Go low. Now, people, if you got bad knees, you can sit in on it. This is what the blues is all about when you're down and out. On a Saturday Night Live. Oh, yeah. At the air show. At the air show. We got about 5 minutes left before the show starts over there at the airport. That's right. Or maybe 10 minutes. So we're gonna celebrate. It's 2013. We're in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. There's no tornado.
Are you ready to party?
And right there by those fireworks.
Yeah. No pre-ignition like Wednesday night.
Yeah.
If tomorrow the things were gone, I'd work for all my life. And I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I'd thank the because the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't wait for I'm one of the world's most foremost aerobatic performers. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for Captain Julie Clark. And now, let me hand it all over. We got a stud mic in the crowd. Your microphone. Turn it over to our good friend, Jerry Flores.
Enjoy the music, the lights, and the smoke in this dazzling display of formation flying. Now, look to the sky. It's Team Aerodynamics. And with that opening burst, Alpha climbing high for the line abreast hammerhead. On your right and your left, you see Alpha Flight climbing for the half-humidity. Alpha Flight in for the opposing element. And again, as they float over the top of that. Slides right underneath and pulls up for extended trail. These 7 airplanes are going to make a beautiful figure 8 in the sky. Kids, watch those airplanes. You're going to recognize this. They're going to play Follow the Leader.
Alright. Thanks, folks. I hope you have a great show. We're going to give you the second half. And we got the big diamond move coming. Bravo, Charlie, you'll be here now. Alpha, separate Alpha. Harry, back to you.
Thank you, Kahuna. What do you think, Oshkosh? Thank you so much for that. I think they can probably hear you up there. We want to give a special thanks to Wheel Engineering for our custom flight kits that make our night shows possible. You see Bravo Charlie coming back around the show. Center easy
like to thank some of the fine sponsors that make their performance here covered. Shake Avionics, Jepson. Aerospace cardiology, Skybolt Masters, and their newest, Jepson, M3, we have more
Ladies and gentlemen, out of the taxiway, it is
36,000 horsepower.
36,000. Huh?
See the fire from the stacks down there, that tells me that's really good. There we go. He'll be coming this way. If you're a little chilly, hold your hands up. You'll warm them up while you're real soon. Mr. Neil Darnell and Chris Darnell. Two proud owners of the Shockwave jet truck. Chris drove this afternoon. I don't know if it's Chris or Neil behind the wheel tonight. They're 1-1. They're both 1-0 racing airplanes this weekend. He drove them off just barely. About 350 miles an hour. Airplane did win. Here you go. Warm your hands. Listen to those 3 jet engines. They're just sitting idle. Now, folks, you know there is no smoking on the flight line. We can make an exception for the truck, however.
and it's Spiker Dance. Oh, you folks are having fun. Absolutely fantastic. We'll do that again for all of our performers after there. But now we're going to have to get ready to set up for a picnic. That is a welcome back to Earth for all of these great volunteer air show pilots. Remember, on the other side of the airport, it's Rich and Dee Gibson, the husband and wife team of Rich's Incredible Pyro, who will be blowing up the field with the wall fire tonight.
Show, man.
Light 'em up!
That's how it started last Wednesday.
Not again.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for Dion Deal and the DTG Pyrotechnics Crew. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more event planned for you this evening. That is
The red one.
The red one.
jungle, man. It's gonna happen now.
It's going to be 2,000 feet long.